Production funding for Sports Files is made possible in part by
Infinity of Memphis has moved to Germantown Road, just half-mile north of Wolf Chase Galleria, and is proud to support WKNO for its quality broadcasting and service to our community. Quality and service? No wonder Infinity of Memphis feels at home on WKNO.
the WKNO Production Fund, the WKNO Endowment Fund, and by viewers like you. Thank you.
My guest today on Sports Files is the head football coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks, Bret Bielema. Before we call the Hogs with Razorbacks head football coach Bret Bielema, we begin our busy program with the Grizzlies. Tuesday night's bounce-back win for the Grizz in Oakland not only evened their Western Conference semifinal round series at 1, but it gave Grizzlies fans hope. Yes, hope. Remember, this was a victory against a team that had only lost twice at home all season long, a team many, including myself, predicted a relatively easy win in the series. Of course, Mike Conley's injury was very much taken into account, and what he did in Game 2 was nothing less than miraculous. Conley had surgery 8 days prior to his heroic performance Tuesday night. He wore a mask, lacked full strength and endurance, was still playing on a bad wheel, aside from his surgically repaired face. So what did Conley do? He scored 22 points, including knocking down 3 big triples. He got his team into its offense quickly and effectively, and even defended like he was in midseason form. Conley was magnificent, and now the Grizz prepare to host games 3 and 4, Saturday and Monday respectively. The Grindhouse will simply be electric. From the round ball to the pigskin we turn, and last week Arkansas Razorbacks head football coach Bret Bielema paid a visit to West Memphis for the annual Razorbacks tour stop. The Hogs are on a very strong upswing after a great finish to last season, which included shutout wins over LSU and Ole Miss and a huge 31-7 victory over Texas in the aptly named Texas Bowl. And with the way the Hogs finished last season, the expectations are fairly high for the 2015 campaign. And that suits Coach just fine, as I found out firsthand. Today, it's the head Hog, Bret Bielema, one-on-one, and he's next on Sports Files. Coach, great to have you in West Memphis. Great to have you in the Memphis area. How important is this area when it comes to recruiting?
It is a big area for us. We've hit it every year since I've been here. Obviously, had some players from West Memphis and Memphis, some surrounding areas. So it's important to get over here and have a voice.
Spring ball, what were your goals? What did you get done in the spring?
Well, you know, we have 15 practices by NCAA rules. I thought our guys maximized every one of them. We stayed relatively healthy. Saw a lot of growth with our younger players. First time that I've ever had as many. We had 7 high school kids graduate early that entered school in January. For them guys, they were all in our 2 deep. To get as many reps as they did was very, very impressive.
How do you keep it fresh, and how do you keep players engaged in spring practice?
Well, if you love the game, it's not that tough. We recruit, I think, kids that one of the things we always talk about is, do they love the game? Do they love to play the game for all the right reasons? So as we recruit, I think we kind of take care of that problem. We're coaches. We realize after 3 or 4 in a row, they're going to hit that little stage, that little plateau. But for the most part, we kept them engaged pretty well.
In the NFL, you now see teams that will go at it in the summer before the regular season starts, going at it with each other. There's talk, speculation that possibly that could happen. Would you be willing to do something like that?
Yeah, actually, it's been talked about now. This is my 10th year as a head coach, and I would say probably 5-6 years ago, I gained a little momentum where I thought it was going to happen, and it squelched. Right. But for us to be able to maybe, I understand that people in today's day and age got to watch out for budgets and all that. Right. If we could maybe, travel by bus to play someone, maybe even 2 teams or 3 teams meet at one site and play each other for a half, I think there's some exciting opportunities there that I think people, college football fans, would be very interested in.
Well, speaking of excitement, a lot of excitement around your team, what they were able to do, especially late last season, the shutout wins over LSU and Ole Miss, the win over Texas in the bowl game. What was the turning point, you think, last year?
It probably came before any of those. I think A&M game, we got to a point where we were up by 2 scores, had some things go wrong in the fourth quarter, lost a heartache game that our guys said, hey, wait a minute, you know, we had these guys, they've won a lot of games.
Right.
But then I don't know how good A&M was. You know, they kind of struggled a little bit after that, you know. But when we took Alabama, I think, to a point where we lost by a point and we left, you know, probably 14 points or at least 11 points on the field. We left a ball on the 6-inch line with a turnover. We missed a PAT, and then we also had a field goal get botched. You know, and that's 11 points right there that you just never get back. You know, and I think our players left that field saying, all right, we're right here with everybody. Let's do this and win.
You're close, and then you finally got over the hump. Do you have to learn how to win?
For those guys, we had to. I think our players now that return from that squad, there's enough maturity to let them understand, listen, we have to do what we did a year ago, take it to the next. We have to educate the players that weren't there. But after a while, you're going to be a program that understands that you refuse to lose. And that's the part, you know, I know when we were rolling at Wisconsin, our players expected success. I remember going into some stadiums where we didn't play very well in the first half. Maybe you're in a dogfight with an inferior team and you just went out and finished the game because you expected to have success, and we'll get there someday.
Dynamite tandem in the backfield with Jay Will and with Collins to have Williams back again. What's that mean?
Well, it means a lot. Jay Will is a very talented football player, but he's an even better human being, a tremendous work ethic, a great man of faith, and a really dedicated football player. Alex needs molding at times, so he's been able to do that. But the emergence of Cody Walker this spring is a guy that I think could be an easy 1,000-yard rusher in our program as well. So to bring 3 guys in there and let that competition level ratchet up a little bit is a good thing.
That's a lot of depth. How do you keep everybody happy?
Well, you know, you can spread it around. I've done it before in the past. I think for our offense, with the ability that Brandon Allen's going to bring us now, being able to throw the ball and keep it alive in the air is another aspect that we can kind of build another dimension and hopefully improve our stats.
You mentioned Allen, to have a guy coming back that's been through it, he's done it, he's now a senior, he's one of your leaders and one of the senior quarterbacks that are there in the SEC. What does that mean?
It means a lot. We have to take advantage of him while he's there. He's been through a lot personally on the field, and emotionally he's got a lot invested in his senior year. I think he's very excited about the changes we made offensively at the coordinator position, and also his coach specifically has taken a very good approach with him that's been easy to see the rewards of that. I mean, he's been lights out all spring just throwing the football, and I think it's going to carry over to what you see in the fall.
When you have guys who can run the ball like you have the tight ends, you have this quarterback, but it all starts with the Hogs up front.
It does.
What do you feed them in Fayetteville?
I'm not in charge of that. I just kind of look and watch. Keep your hands and feet away from them. I think the great thing about our O-linemen is they're getting a lot of notoriety because of their size, but they're very limber, very, very explosive. Some dynamic football players. Sebastian Tretola might be one of the better interior linemen I've ever coached, and had a lot of first-rounders that have gone on to do good things, so I think he'll be one of those guys.
You're now winning in the SEC the way you won at Wisconsin in the Big Ten, but what did you take from Wisconsin, and what things could you not take or did not take with SEC football?
Well, it's not a cookie cutter. It's not a, we did it there, we do it here. It's kind of a blend of things. I think what we learned last year was we learned how to win on the SEC at home. We won, obviously, LSU and Ole Miss there at the end. We haven't won on the road, and that's got to happen for us to be able to make it to Atlanta and to make sure that we got a chance at the end of the year to make a difference. And
of course, you go with what your personnel dictates. Obviously, running the ball, being effective with the ground game, and passing when need be. But things can certainly open up at Arkansas. It doesn't mean, like you said, it's cookie cutter that it's always going to be running the football. It could be opened up depending on what the personnel is.
Well, you got to, as a head coach, you have to do what you have to do to win. And everybody thinks, I do like to run the football, but I like to throw the football too. Sometimes things are a little easier in the air, but you have to be able to, A, protect, you got to be able to B, throw, and you got to C, catch it. So if you don't have A, B, and C, you can't make the alphabet work. So I think we have to understand that we had limitations maybe in year 1, year 2 that aren't there right now, and hopefully going to be able to see a more complete product.
Is it coming along faster than you thought, or what did you expect when you took the job?
Well, I expected to have success day 1, so I did. That part gets frustrating.
Right.
After you were there, you began to see that it wasn't going to happen as fast as you wanted. Certain positions needed to really continue to develop. But I think overall, the pieces are there. I know at my last place it took me 5 years to win my first championship. I'm hoping it doesn't take that long, and year 3 sounds good to me.
What's the support like?
You know, the fans are off the charts. In-house, Jeff Long has been outstanding, giving us all the tools and resources we need, whether it be support in academics, support in the weight room, support in training room. We get it everywhere we need, and our players truly do get rewarded for that.
How good is recruiting? What did you take from Wisconsin, maybe areas that you concentrated on? Can you still do that at Arkansas? And what is it like coming off a really good season, getting to a bowl game, beating Texas, that the recruits now, well, let me think about Arkansas.
Well, without a doubt, the win at Houston against Texas really helped us in the state of Texas. And that's got to be paramount if you're going to have success in Arkansas. But everything starts in the state. We had to build a border around our state that no one else could come in and take the players we wanted, and we've been able to do that fairly well through my 3 years. But we got to touch the bordering states. Louisiana's been great to us. Mm-hmm. We go into Texas, an area that I've recruited my entire coaching career, Florida. We have, I believe, almost 25 players from the state of Florida that have been able to give us, great production. So it's kind of a lot of the things that we did in the past, but are things that are very unique here to Arkansas.
We always think there are major differences between the Big Ten and the SEC. Are there?
On the bigger picture, I can see people saying there are, but it's still about execution. It's about winning on the road. It's about able to recruit to your style of play and get players to believe in it. So once you have those things established, the league becomes very similar. You got some traditional powers that over the history of time have been able to do that, but much to the same when I took over Arkansas, to win our 3rd title, that had never been done in 35 years with any team. And we're looking to do the same thing here when we can be expected to have a run at the championships year in and year out.
And as you know, it's more than just putting points on the board. You got to stop the other team from scoring. Defensively, really a good job, especially late in the year with the shutouts we talked about over LSU and Ole Miss. These are good offensive teams that you whitewashed. What was the difference defensively?
I think kids just finally realizing what they're capable of doing. Rob Smith and the staff have done a tremendous job of really dumbing down or simplifying what we're saying, what we're doing, what we're asking our kids to do on the field. And then they went out and played very, very hard. They played very, very aggressive, executed some plays that when you get 1 or 2 of the balls that bounce your way, things can happen in a hurry. And I think our kids, right now we don't have a lot of big names coming back defensively. We got some guys that are good players, but I think at the end of the year, a lot of people will know who they are.
Well, along those lines, maybe a player or 2 that you're going to be depending upon come fall.
Well, I think up front, JaMychal Winston is got to be a player for us, and he's done a lot of great things in leadership so far. In the mid-level there, Brooks Ellis, without a doubt, he'll be a 3-year starter now. We put him into the will linebacker position, replacing Martrell Spate. That guy should lead our team in tackles, just the way the defense is defined. And then in the back end, we've got 3 safeties and 3 corners. I'm just kind of looking to see who emerges out of that group as kind of the big dog leader.
Brett, what does it say about the program and about you to be able to get a guy like Dan Enos to be a coordinator when he's been a head coach?
Well, I've never really tried to really hire within the normal way of thinking. I kind of like to just go with what I feel might work, and had a few conversations with Dan to test how much he was really intrigued, his interest level, and I think he was looking for a new set of challenges. As a head coach, you definitely have some restrictions at places you're at. I was very excited about my time at Wisconsin, but I was excited about the opportunities that Arkansas brought that Wisconsin couldn't. So every job has new opportunities and new limitations, and we're kind of working on them together.
You play in the toughest division and the toughest conference, but overall the schedule, who you have home, who you have away, non-conference, what do you think about the formidable schedule?
Well, it's a tough one. Anytime you live in the SEC West, it's a rough neighborhood, but it's a great neighborhood. You just got to find the right time, and I think our guys understand they can play with anybody in this league now. We have some crossover games with Tennessee and Missouri, who are also very good football teams. We got a rematch against Texas Tech. We got UTEP coming in to start things off, and Toledo. So we've got a tough task in front of us, but one that I know our guys will prepare for.
And heading in now to the off season, players conditioning, working out on their own before camp opens up. What do you expect from your players?
This is when your team grows the most. During the summer, when you're kind of not around them. By NCAA rules, there's very few things that we can do with them. So they grow a lot off the field through team bonding, through team experiences, through Wolves workouts where they're going to put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into them. And I think our kids know that this is a very critical time. We're in finals week starting on Friday, and we'll jump into that with full feet, try to have the best semester GPA we've ever had. They'll get a 2 or 3 week break in there, and then we'll jump into June and July with a pretty intense training program that hopefully will make them better.
What's your message for Hogs fans when you talk to them like tonight?
You know, we're very excited about where we're at, but we always say that 7-6 really isn't a landing spot. It's more of a launching spot.
Right.
Excited for where they are. They haven't got season tickets yet. You might want to get some because they're going to be tough to get in the future.
You want to throw out a number or a website?
For what?
Tickets.
No, I think it's pretty easy on today's internet.
How's your wife enjoying Faye, though?
She's loving it. We just actually moved out of our house. She's loving it so much we decided to do a home remodeling job that took away my kitchen and bedroom, which is really the only 2 places I exist.
We like to end all our interviews something called 5 for the road. I'm going to give you 5 questions.
Okay.
First thing that comes to mind,
right.
Simple questions. Who is your favorite pro sports franchise?
Probably the Cowboys.
Why?
I grew up a Cowboys fan, and then ever since coming to Arkansas to have the tie-in with Jerry Jones and to play a game every year over there in Dallas, in the home state of a lot of great recruits, it's a big deal.
That's a big thing to recruits, isn't it?
Huge.
Have you had a chance to talk with Jerry?
Oh yeah, yep. He invited my wife and I over to a game, and I've seen Kenny Chesney in concert there, and unfortunately my only football game, we lost a game we shouldn't have to A&M, so we're definitely going back with the right frame of mind.
Favorite pro athlete of all time?
Walter Payton.
Okay. Favorite music or band? What do you like to listen
I'm
to?
a big reggae guy. But
You're a big reggae
big
guy.
reggae guy.
He's a big reggae guy.
I'm big and reggae, but yes, big reggae.
So give me an artist.
I'm a traditionalist, you know, so I'm probably going to go back to anything comes out of Jamaica that is real. Bob Marley is obviously a favorite,
Sure.
but now I will listen to his son, daughter. Also becoming quite a country fan now. Justin Moore is a huge friend and a great friend, and seen quite a few country concerts.
Yeah, I don't know what it was like in Madison, but you're in country territory here. Favorite movie of all time?
Midnight Run. I'm a big Charles Grodin fan.
Yeah,
and,
that's a funny movie.
It's a great movie, yeah.
And I don't know how much time you have to watch television, but what's your favorite TV show?
Probably The Blacklist.
It's a good one, isn't it?
It's a good
Spader.
one, yeah.
Hey, Brett, thank you so much.
Thank you.
A pleasure. Best of luck in the off season. Of course, next fall when you get it going.
Thank you.
That's Brett Bielema. We'll take a break. Overtime is next. The Pyramid, also known as the Tomb of Doom, was once the home of the University of Memphis Tigers basketball team and, for a brief time, the Memphis Grizzlies. It also housed indoor football, countless concerts, and even one of the biggest prize fights in history, Mike Tyson versus Lennox Lewis. But with the construction of FedEx Forum, the Pyramid became obsolete. Now, the Pyramid is back. It's taken many years and millions of dollars, but the pointed house is now occupying catfish, cypress trees, alligators, and so much more. The Bass Pro Shop Pyramid had its grand opening last week, and while the Great Pyramid in Egypt is considered one of the 7 wonders of the world, this pyramid is every bit as wonderful. At least it is to the economy of Memphis. So if you have yet to make your way downtown to see this marvel, here's a look at the new Memphis Jewel.
Well, you know, after 11 years, the ups and the downs, all the issues, finally, the dream came true. And I am happier than a rabbit in a lettuce patch. And Johnny is happier than a rabbit in a lettuce patch. Memphis is happier. And, you know, it's just a dream come true, absolutely. It's great for Memphis. It's great for the sportsmen of Memphis. It's for the Mid-South, for the area all around Memphis. And it's not just for the sportsmen, it's for the families. There's so much here. There's a lot of history here. These cypress trees, this waterway that runs through here, there's over 600,000 gallons of water. what Johnny tries to do is wherever he puts a Bass Pro Shop, he tries to relate that area and build a store to that particular area. So the pyramid inside, he tried to build it to relate to a swamp, to the Mississippi River, which is a stone throw from here. So this swamp area has got native fish. It's got these 60, 80, 100-foot cypress trees. So you can bring children in here. You can talk about these cypress trees. Cypress trees of the river bottoms live 400, 500, 600 years. They're native to the river bottoms. The fish that are here, they're native to the swamps. You've got channel cat, you've got flathead cats, you've got blue cats, you've got alligator gar, which is very, very unique as a fish. You've got needle-nosed gar, you've got spotted gar, you've got bass, you've got crappie. Children can cast out here. They can learn about conservation. They can learn about so many things they can learn about. But there's so much here, 535,000 square feet under one roof. You've got a freestanding elevator, which is the world's largest freestanding elevator, close to 350 feet, ground floor all the way to the top. 2 observation decks, one to the south, one to the west, with a glass floor where you can walk out on it and look straight down. There's a restaurant up there. There's a bar up there. There's a big aquarium up there with 60 and 70-pound catfish swimming around. We've got alligators here. We've got a bowling alley here. We've got 103 hotel rooms up here. There's so much here. It's not only for the sportsmen, it's for the sportsmen and their family. And there's just, I mean, I could just go, blah, 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 blah. I can just rattle and go on and on and on what this place has got to offer. They have boats that float here where people, you can see behind me, where people are sitting in these boats. They can feel the stability of the boats. Not only pontoon boats, but aluminum boats, glass boats. And you can feel that, you know, just before you buy a boat, what it feels like. So there's just so much to offer. And I invite everybody to come down. As I said, it was a long time coming. It's great for Memphis. It's one of the biggest retail stores in the world. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud it's here in our hometown. It's going to give this area a tremendous amount of economic development. Tourism is going to be great here, and it's going to give North Memphis a tremendous facelift.
For such a long time, and I actually was just saying to a friend of mine that good for Memphis. This is amazing. It really, really is. We've been in here since the doors open, and we still haven't seen everything. Came for the elevator, the nation's largest freestanding glass elevator. Still have not been to get on it yet because the line's so long. But no, really, I just wanted to see this accomplishment for the Memphis area, and I really do think that it's amazing. I really do.
The best Bass Pro I've been to. So far, bar none, it's the best. Been to them all over the state of Tennessee, and this is the best one.
Is this now the closest one to you?
Actually, yes. Surprisingly enough, it really is. It's the closest one. We usually go to Nashville. It takes about 3 hours to get to Nashville. So 2.5, I'll take it. 30 minutes, I'll take it.
What's your sport?
Duck hunting. I'm an avid duck hunter.
The Bass Pro Shops, man, I can't even believe it's here. I've been trying to get here. I can't believe I'm here. So many fans. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I love it, man. Best wish I ever seen in my life. I can't believe I'm here. It's awesome. Yay! That turtle out, I reckon.
I've been down in Memphis, Tennessee, working at Regional Health Care Hospital for the last year or so, and I've been seeing this go up, and I decided today I wanted to be a part of the grand opening.
What's your sport?
Fishing.
So I don't want to hold up your line here because you got a lot of people waiting to get your autograph. But one other thing, what did you feel about the tribute that you see in the entranceway?
I tell you what, it touched me more than any single thing that's ever been given to me. I tell you what, of course, the greatest thing was my wife giving me 4 great children, and then my children giving me 7 great grandchildren, and being able to watch each one of them catch their very first fish. But getting that gift from Johnny Morris, it was just so, so special. I tell you what, it really, really touched me. That project has been in the works for over 2 years. My family working on it with Bass Pro Shop and the children all involved, and watching Johnny. It was kind of an emotional scene with the kids and my wife, and even Johnny got kind of touched when he presented it to me. So it was very, very heartwarming, and even when the governor came up to me and he told me what it really meant, even to him, and the mayor of Memphis, Mayor Wharton, and Governor Haslam.
All right, well, we don't want to hold you up anymore. These people have been very patient waiting on us.
But thank you so much.
Congratulations.
We invite everybody to come down, Dave.
All right, thank you, sir.
Just a wonderful addition to Memphis. And that'll do it for now. Remember, to see any of our previous Sports Files programs, simply go to our website at WKNO.org. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Production funding for Sports Files is made possible in part by
Infinity of Memphis has moved to Germantown Road, just half-mile north of Wolf Chase Galleria, and is proud to support WKNO for its quality broadcasting and service to our community. Quality and service? No wonder Infinity of Memphis feels at home on WKNO.